Welcome. Today we shall be visiting the inner folds of pair of formulations, Srishti, creation, and Srishtikarta, creator. Srishti and Srishtikarta are two basic formulations. The visit of the inner folds of this pair of basic formulations will give us proper insight and appropriate enlightenment needed to be parallel with Vedic systems. Vedic mathematics is the mathematics of creation, Srishti, and creator, the Srishtikarta. To be parallel with the Vedic mathematics of Vedic systems, chase of creations and creator, requires that we shall have intimate visit of the pair of formulations. This pair of formulations, Srishti and Srishtikarta, are having 10 folds each. Each word formulation has 10 inner folds of its TCV value. On the computer screen are the pair of tables. First is of Srishti and second is of Karta. The formulation Srishti is leading to its 10 inner folds as of values 1, 2, 5, 18, 0, 118, 54, 62, 140, and 298. These 10 inner folds of TC value of Srishti are leading us to sequential total values as are tabulated in the fourth column of the first table on the left side, and this comes to be 1, 3, 8, 26, 26, 144, 198, 260, 400, and 698. The value 698 is 2 less than value 700. The values pair 698 and 700 is of the format of dimension and domain. We know value 700 is parallel with the value of 700 shlokas of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, the formulation Srishti as is of these inner 10 folds, the same unfolds its value as 698 parallel with the dimension for the domain 700. Therefore, sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity efforts to glimpse and imbibe the organization, format, features, as well as the knowledge and enlightenment of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and also of Srimad Durga Saptsati, which as well is a scripture of 700 shlokas, and still further of Hriday Sthanam of Ayurveda, which as well is of 700 shlokas composition. Therefore, this formulation, Srishti, is very rich formulation. Its 10 inner folds and the sequential summation value of these 10 folds as such bring us face to face with as many as 10 plus 10 is equal to 20 values. These 20 values of the formulation Srishti on their chase will bring us face to face with, will bring us parallel with the organization, format, features of triple scriptures, namely Srimad Durga Saptsati, Hriday Sthanam, and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Now, likewise, let us have a visit to formulation Karta. On the computer screen on the right side is the table of these 10 inner folds of formulation Karta. These are 1, 2, 6, 14, 53, 126, 72, 52, 132, 74. And the sequential summation values comes to be 1, 3, 9, 23, 76, 202, 274, 326, 456, and 730. The value 730 of the Karta of formulation TCV Karta 14 and the presiding deity Brahma of value 29 will bring us face to face with as that Brahma as a Karta takes us parallel with the value 759, which is equal to the number of shlokas and vachas. There are 700 shlokas of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and there are 59 vachas of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This takes us to value 759. It is a very, very blissful reach. One shall visit these formulations, one shall visit these tabulations, one shall make these tabulations as part of their references, and these tables as these are, when will be worked for these 20 values for each of these pair of formulation, the same will bring us face to face with the internal transcendental phenomenon lively within these formulations. Once we are parallel with this pair of formulations, then we can have a visit to the formulation Srishtikarta. On the computer screen is the table of Srishtikarta. It is of two components, Srishti and Karta, and then it is a composite formulation, Srishtikarta. And in the fifth column is the values, 10 values of Srishtikarta is 2, 4, 11, 12, 53, 244, 126, 114, 217, 572. And the integrated sequential reach of these values comes to be 2, 6, 17, 49, 102, 346, 472, 586, 856, and 1428. The value 1428 is of the organization 14 into 102, which further takes us to 6 multiplied by 14 by 17. Let us have a pause here and let us visit the existence phenomenon within Northern Hemisphere. Northern Hemisphere is of value 17. Then 6 is the value of Sun. And there is a 7 streams flow of both orientations. So this existence phenomenon lively within Northern Hemisphere, which is the phenomenon of moksha, which is a phenomenon of freedom, liberation from the birth, rebirth cycle. And the value comes to be as is the value of a Srishtikarta. Srishtikarta, creator, creates creations within his own image of his own domain, and as such, the creations, when follow the creator, as is the path settled in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Durga Saptsati and Hirdesthanam, one will be having the requisite liberation values. And it is here where we can have a blissful halt, and also we can revisit these triple formulations, Srishti, Karta and Srishtikarta. And it will be very, very blissful that we will be parallel with the creator, Srishtikarta, creating its creations in his own image and of the order and values of his own domain, that is the lively existence phenomenon of the Northern Hemisphere. Sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity, efforts to be parallel with Vedic systems, shall visit and revisit these 3 tables of inner folds of formulation Srishti, inner folds of formulation Karta, and also the inner folds of the formulation Srishtikarta. One shall visit and revisit, one shall visit and visit again, and have full imbibing for complete insight and for thorough enlightenment. In this background, one shall be in a position to have a revisit to the formulations Trimurti, Brahma, Shiv and Vishnu. These triple deities, with these triple formulations, Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu, lead us to triple values 29, 12 and 25 as their TCV values. Further, the consorts, the transcendental consorts, the Goddess Saraswati, Parvati and Lakshmi as triple formulations of TC values 25, 23 and 26 with respective summation values of 29 plus 25, 54, 12 plus 23, 35, 25 plus 26, 51, takes us to the value domain 140 is 70 plus 70. And we know 70 is the value of one of the 10 components of creative boundary of the transcendental domain. This is the organization feature of the texts of Geeta, text of Srimad Durga Saptsati, and text of Hridayasthanam being of 700 shalokas ranges. This will further take us to as that the formulation Brahma is of value TC value 29, while formulation Shiv and Vishnu together are of TC value 37. The formulation 29 is the summation value of hypercube 4 of full unit and hypercube 4 of half unit. Likewise, value 37 is the summation value of hypercube 5 of full unit and hypercube 5 of half unit. And value 37 is the value of the formulation Sribhagwan. Lord Krishna participates in the divine dialogue as Sribhagwan. Therefore, the sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems, Vedic mathematics, shall visit and revisit these triple formulations, Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu, and also the triple formulation, Saraswati, Parvati and Lakshmi. In addition, the formulation Durga. These are the 7 formulations which together with the formulation Srishti and Karta, making a Srishtikarta, Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu, together with Saraswati, Lakshmi and Parvati, making Trimurti, are the Vedic domain formatted setup. Vedic domain is formatted in terms of these 9 formulations. Therefore, sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel to the Vedic systems shall visit and revisit these 9 formulations. On the computer screen is the table of 10 inner folds of the formulation Durga. These values are 1, 2, 5, 16, 7, 108, 58, 54, 132, 76, leading us to value 657. This is deficient from the value Anant Shahist 1000 as 343. Therefore, Durga as a Durga of TC value 15 as a solid dimensional domain is having a split for its solid dimension as a pair of solid dimensions of half dimensions, and the origin will be 4. That is why the formulation Durga is the formulation which is having its values foundation Durga domain of value 343. Therefore, sadhakas are fulfilled with the intensity of urge shall visit these formulations as superstructures along with their foundations. In this background, when we shall be visiting Geeta and Durga Saptsati, it will be coming to pointed notice as that the formulation Geeta is of TC value 13, when formulation Durga is of TC value 16. Chapter 5 of Gita is of 29 shlokas range, while chapter 13, the last chapter of Shiv and Durga Saptsati, is also of 29 shlokas and vachas range. Numbers, values range 1 to 16 leads to 29 factors. Further, value 16 and value 13 are having organization for the placements of their origins as 4 plus 5 plus 4, 13, and 5 plus 6 plus 5, 16. Chapter 13 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is Kshetragya Yoga. Chapter 13 of Shri Durga Saptsati is the chapter whose organization is having the format of 9 cross 11 grid for 99 double-digit numbers of 10 place value system. This organization of 9 cross 11 grid, which accommodates all 99 double-digit numbers of 10 place value system, is the foundational formatting organization feature which is settling the format for Ganita Sutra 2, Niklim Navastachar Mamadashata. Formulation Niklim is of TC value 29, parallel with the TC value of Brahma, while Dashata formulation is of TC value 28, parallel with the TCV of formulation Brahma. And Navastacharamam is the formulation of TC value 50, which is Brahm Samriti. Brahma, Brahm Samriti, and Brahm is the complete expression range. We shall be coming to these features and values. Now, for the present, it will be blissful that we shall revisit these organization steps, and this will bring us face to face with the basic feature as that Vedic mathematics is the mathematics of creations and its creator. Creation, Srishti, and creator, Srishtikarta, are the pair of formulations which in their tenfolds of TCV values preserve distinctively 10 plus 10, 20 features for each of this pair of formulation. These 40 features deserve to be comprehended well. Further, one shall glimpse and imbibe the respective values of formulations of Trimurti, Brahma, Shiv and Vishnu, and also of Goddess Saraswati, Parvati and Lakshmi as manifestation of Goddess Durga. These 9 formulations, namely Srishti, Srishtikarta, Brahma, Shiv, Vishnu, Saraswati, Parvati, Lakshmi and Durga, are the source formulations. One should sit comfortably and to permit the transcending mind to glimpse and imbibe these values to have proper appreciation of organization of Geeta and Durga Saptsati. Chapter 13 of Durga Saptsati are of 19 shlokas range. Value 29 is parallel with TCV of Brahma, while value 37 as 12 plus 25, TCV Shiv plus TCV Vishnu is parallel with TCV Sribhagwan. One shall glimpse and imbibe these values to be parallel with Vedic mathematics and Vedic systems. Thank you very much.